Hi crafters, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm coming along with something a little bit different. This is a little coloring video tutorial. Here, as you can see, I am using inks from Pink Fresh Studio, along with a little stamp from Stamping Bella. Her name is Playing in the Leaves. I did create a mask by stamping this image twice. One time I stamped it on the base page, which you're watching me color here, and the second time I stamped it, sorry, onto just a white piece of paper that I then fussy cut so that I could have that image be a mask for the one in the background. Then I've taken 3 different colors here of this beautiful Pink Fresh Studio ink set, and these are in Mimosa, Sun-Kissed, Mango Sorbet, and Fruit Punch. However, I stuck with the Sun-Kissed, which is the lightest. Then I went in with, I think it was Mango Sorbet, and lastly Fruit Punch. And as you can see, I did use the same brush and just went ahead and blended all 3 of those colors. And now I'm removing the mask and I have that pretty background. And what I wanted to do here was do something a little bit different, which is that instead of using the blues in the background as the sky, I went ahead and used them for the leaves. So I'm going to let you know the colors that I'm using here. I'm starting off with the color B4, and now as you see here, I'm going over that color with YG03, and this is to go ahead and blend that blue out with the green. So again, I'm doing a contrast between the colors of what would have been the sky with the blues and greens, and instead I'm using that on the leaves and then using the oranges in the background. So that was B32, and now I'm going in with YG17. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm using the blues as the shadow of the leaves. So I'm placing that color down first, and then I'm blending them out with the greens or the yellow greens. So this is BG15, again in the blue-green family, a little bit more, it looks turquoise actually on the screen. And now I'm going over that one with YG67. So that is definitely a darker yellow-green, hence the name. And as you can see, it layers very nicely on top of the blue. So this one is E33, and what I'm doing here is basically kind of neutralizing those greens and creating more of a fall leaf color, which is a little bit more brown when you look at it, especially when you place this on top of the shadow, which would have been that light blue. And then some of the leaves I wanted to have be nice and bright and happy looking. So this is Y02 with Y35 as the shadow. And in this case, I did start with the lightest color for that yellow. And then YR07 is my darkest shadow for these little yellow leaves. So I'm going to be blending those out again with the Y35. So now I'm essentially pulling that red color out. And then lastly, with BG15 and G12, I'm coloring the last of the leaves. And it's the same motion, just putting the darkest color in at the base of the leaf and then pulling it out with the lighter color. And then lastly, with E33, I just decided to go around the perimeter of this image wherever there were any white or blank spots, and use that to blend everything in so that there wouldn't be any little empty spaces. So again, that's E33, just to blend in what was left of the image, any little spaces that didn't have any color between that beautiful blending. And now with E31, I'm creating the base color of her hair. I'm doing some little flicking motions, if you can see there. And then with E33, I'm going back. Now where the edge of her hair is, I've gone with a darker color, which is the E35. And you can tell there's a blank spot there. This is going to be the highlight with Y02, which is a yellow. And then going over that with R22 is going to create a little bit of almost a strawberry blonde color there. And then with E37, I'm going back, I'm tracing over her little ponytails, and I'm also adding a little bit of shadow to her hair to create a little bit more contrast and make it look a little bit more realistic. Again, with that flicking motion starting from the edge of the hairline and going toward the center. And this gives a little bit more of a 3D effect there. Then with B04, I'm going in to color her skirt. And here, this is B32. My marker, I just overfilled it, so it did kind of leak out there, and I just decided to just go along with it. I wasn't going to throw away this image, so I went back with BG15, and that's the color that I'm blending that blue out with for her skirt. And here I'm using a neutral. This is a gray, and it is N4. That's actually going to be the highlight of her little scarf. And now I'm going back in with B99, which is a very navy blue. And I just love that color, so I decided to use that as the color of her little scarf. And it will make sense, of course, once you see the paper that I chose as the background of this little card. So again, there, for the little face now, E53 was the base color that I used. And then I went back in with E33 and then added a tiny bit of pink with RV10 on her little cheeks and then near her little hairline and near the base of her face. And here there are 3 other little leaf stamps in the set, and I decided to use them as falling leaves with a gray ink, and then again with BG15 I'm now going to fill in those leaves. And I know there's orange in that background. However, these colors are really nice and vibrant. So this is BG10, so I'm blending out that darker blue with the lighter blue. And it's all going to be, it works perfectly, basically. So here are some more greens. So, and then also this light tan color. So those colors, by the way, were BG10, BG15, E35, and G29. And then I went over again with that gray ink to stamp. And lastly, what I've done here is add a little bit of highlight with a little gel pen in white. And these take a little bit to warm up when you're using them. So at first it feels like no ink will ever come out, and then suddenly it does. So I just like to use it to give her little freckles, a little bit of stippling here and there on the leaves and on the background. And then as you saw, I did draw a tiny little bit on her hair. And lastly here, I wanted to use Lemon Drizzle. This is a glitter marker from Nuvo. Now these Nuvo products, if you're not familiar with them, they are water-based and they all mix together beautifully. So I did mix it with a little bit of Solar Flare shimmer powder right on a little stamp pad, as you see there, or stamp block. I added a tiny bit of water to mix that with a watercolor brush, and I just decided to flick that all over that image so that it would get a little bit of sparkle. And then with what was left over on the brush, I went back in and colored right on top of the little leaves that I had colored with the yellows and red. Then, using this gorgeous die set from Spellbinders, I decided to cut my image and some other papers I'll show you in a moment. But I went ahead and cut the base of what will be the base of this card. I created a little 1/2-inch flap there and cut off a tiny bit off the edges. And because I'm using this white cardstock for the base, I decided it was a little bit too stark. So I did take some ink and colored onto it. And then I'm just applying adhesive here to create the base of it again. And I think I wanted to mention the size of it. So it is, by the way, 5 inches by 6, and yeah, 5 inches by 6. So here are the little panels. So I did take some paper from Tonic Studios. This is a shabby collection that I thought was absolutely gorgeous. And then using the Essential Arches, I cut out that panel, then cut it down to fit the base, which I had cut out using the Make-A-Wish arch labels. So I did use the largest die in that set, and that's the one that you see there with the little scallops. So that's going to go on the front of the card. And now you see why I use that navy blue on her little scarf. It was to match that paper. Now, again, these papers, I kind of didn't plan this too much. So I took some speckled egg ink. That's the one that I had used on the base of the card, and I went back to my little image and added that on the top and the little edges as you saw. And it did bring it together quite nicely, but I also thought it was a little bit too bare in the background. So I took the little leaf stamps that were in the set, and I went back in with Peach Bloom, which is a Nuvo hybrid ink, and also some other inks from Tonic Studios, which are hybrid inks. And you can see me there adding those little leaves in the background. So that second color was Almond Cream. And then lastly, again with Speckled Egg, I went ahead and added the third little leaf in the set. So that way my little colors would all come together. I did the same thing on the inside of the card, by the way, but now I can add that top panel. And because I had used the other arch size as well to cut that little image out of my background paper, I was left with this beautiful frame, and I just did not want that to go to waste. So I added it yet again to another piece of that white card that it almost looks like a very light gray. And that's going to be where I'll be placing my sentiment on this card. So I'm adding that to the inside. And I did stamp the inside with more little leaves. You can probably tell. And I'll be coloring these as well, just very, very lightly with more Copic markers. As you can see there, that's Y21. That's the only color that I used for the large little leaves here. And then I did use B60 just for some of the other leaves. And that ended up looking exactly like the blue leaves that are on that blue shabby paper. So I really like that combination. And then BG10, which is very, very light blue, is the third color that I used there. And I was happy, and you could finish this here. However, not me. So here's the sentiment, by the way. I did use this sentiment from Paper Tray Ink. I love adding Bible verses to my cards whenever I can. So with Midnight Blue hybrid ink from Tonic Studios, I stamped that. And I really like that it's Psalm 118:24. Then I added a little bit more shimmer, and this time around I did use a glitter gloss pen. And lastly, I used a die from the Thankful Harvest gift box dies from Tonic Studios, and I'm really sorry, this is from 2023 and no longer available, but I just could not resist using that little leaf because I thought it was so gorgeous. And I'm just using some leftover ink that was on my little brush there from earlier. And now I'm just adding these because I thought it needed a little something extra on the front of that card, but nothing too elaborate because I did want that stamped image to still be the focus of my card. So I do hope that this video has been helpful to you. Hopefully it shows you how you can combine colors and kind of lose the fear of using different colors on your cards that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily just want to combine together. I don't know. I just think it should all be fun. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I love to hear your thoughts, or read them at least. And here, I just want to let you know, I also use some little Nuvo drops. So I did end up using some crystal drops in Duck Egg Blue, along with a green drop. I can't recall the name, and I'm sorry, but also a little golden color drop. So at the end, I'll be showing that really quickly. And that was just, again, highlight the same colors I had already used throughout. So there they are. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be inspired and be blessed.